students. In this video lesson, you will learn about the law of cosines. The goal of our lesson is to illustrate the law of cosines. Next, to apply the law of cosines in finding the measure of the missing sides or angles of an oblique triangle. And then lastly, to solve real-life problems using the law of cosine.
Let us start by reviewing some concepts which is needed to our main lesson. With the use of your scientific calculator, determine the value of the following. Number 1, the square root of 9.8. Give me your answer up to 2 decimal place. Very good, that is 3.13. Number 2, cosine 10 degrees. Alright, that is 0.98. Next, number 3, inverse cosine 2 over 3. Give me your answer to the nearest degree. Alright, that is 48 degrees. Number 4, inverse cosine 0.56. Okay, that is 56 degrees. Lastly, inverse cosine 8 over 9. Correct, that is 27 degrees. And then let us recall the definition of oblique triangles. An oblique triangle is any triangle that is not a right triangle. It could be an acute triangle wherein all three angles of the triangle are less than right angles, or it could be an obtuse triangle wherein one of the three angles is greater than a right angle. Some examples are the following figures. Now let us proceed to our main lesson, which is the law of cosine. Given an oblique triangle ABC with the measure of BC is equal to small letter a, that is the side opposite angle A. The measure of AC is small letter b, that is the side opposite angle B. AB is equal to small letter c, that is a side opposite angle C. According to the law of cosine, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2 times a times b times cosine c. This is the formula to be used if we're looking for the measure of angle C and its opposite side. Next, we have also b squared is equal to a squared plus c squared minus 2 ac times cosine b. This is the formula to be used if we're looking for the measure of angle B or its opposite side. And then lastly, a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2 times b times c times cosine A. And this is the formula in finding the measure of angle A or its opposite side, where the small letter A, B, and C represents the sides, and capital letter A, B, and C are the angles of any oblique triangles. Now let us use the law of cosines in answering these illustrative examples. Given triangle ABC, if the side opposite angle A is equal to 5 centimeters, the side opposite angle B is equal to 7 centimeters, and the side opposite angle C is equal to 11 centimeters. What is the measure of the three vertex angles? Round the angles to the nearest degree. As you can see in the figure, we're looking for the measures of the three angles since the given are the three sides of the triangle. So let's start by finding the measure of angle A using the formula a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2 times b times c times cosine A. Substitute the values. Our A is equal to 5. Our B is equal to 7. Our C is equal to 11. So therefore, our equation is 5 squared is equal to 7 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 7 times 11 times cosine A. The value of 5 squared is equal to 25. 7 squared is equal to 49. 11 squared is equal to 121. The product of 2, 7, and 11 is 154. Let us combine 49 and 121. That is equal to 170. By addition property of equality, we can transfer negative 154 cosine A to the left side and 25 to the right side. So our equation now is 154 cosine A is equal to 170 minus 25. Getting the difference of 170 and 25, we have 145. So our equation is 154 cosine A is equal to 145. Dividing both sides by 154 so that we can eliminate 154 to the left side. So our equation now is cosine A is equal to 145 over 154. To find the measure of angle A, we need to find the inverse cosine 145 over 154. Using our scientific calculator, our value or the measure of angle A is equal to 20 degrees. Next, let us compute for angle B. Let us use the formula B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2 times A times C cosine B. Let us substitute the corresponding values. So our equation now will become 7 squared is equal to 5 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 5 times 11 cosine B. 7 squared is equal to 49. 5 squared is equal to 25. 11 squared is equal to 121. The product of 2, 5, and 11 is equal to 110. So our equation now will become 49 is equal to 25 plus 121 minus 110 cosine B. Next, it will become 49 is equal to 146 minus 110 cosine B. 146 is the sum of 25 and 121. By addition property of equality, our equation will now become 110 cosine B is equal to 146 minus 49. Getting the difference of the right side of the equation, it will become 97. Dividing both sides by 110 to eliminate 110 on the left sides. So our equation will now become cosine B is equal to 97 over 110. In order to compute for angle B, we need to get the inverse cosine 97 over 110. Using our scientific calculator, our angle B is equal to 28 degrees. Lastly, let us compute for angle C. In the computation of angle C, since we have already the two angles, let us apply the Angle Sum Theorem. So that is angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Our angle A is equal to 20 degrees plus our angle B is equal to 28 degrees plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Combining 20 degrees and 28 degrees, it is 48 degrees plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. By addition property of equality, this will become angle C is equal to 180 degrees minus 48 degrees. So that is 132 degrees. Next, let us have another example. Given triangle ABC, if AC is equal to 13 centimeters, AB is equal to 11 centimeters, angle A is 29 degrees, find the measure of the opposite side of angle A, angle B, and angle C. Round the angles to the nearest degree. Looking at the figure, we cannot proceed in finding the measure of the two angles right away because we have only the given angle, which is angle A. So the first thing to do is to find the measure of the side opposite angle A. By using the formula, A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2 times B times C times cosine A. Next, substitution of values. So our equation will become A squared is equal to 13 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 13 times 11 times cosine 29 degrees. The value of 13 square is 169. The value of 11 square is equal to 121. The product of 2, 13, and 11 is 286. So our equation is now a square is equal to 169 plus 121 minus 286 cosine 29 degrees. Combining 169 and 121, it will become 290. So our equation is a square is equal to 290 minus 286 cosine 29 degrees. Using our scientific calculator, the value of the right side is equal to 39.86. Extracting the both sides of the equation, the value of A is equal to 6.31 centimeters. Since we have already the measure of the side opposite angle A, which is 6.31 centimeters, we can now proceed in finding the measure of angle B. Using the formula, B square is equal to A square plus C square minus 2 times A times C times cosine B. Then substitute the values. Our equation now is 13 square is equal to 6.31 square plus 11 square minus 2 times 6.31 times 11 times cosine B. 13 square is equal to 169. 6.31 square is 39.86. 11 square is equal to 121. The product of 2, 6.31 and 11 is 138.82. So our equation now is 169 is equal to 39.86 plus 121 minus 138.82 cosine B. By addition property of equality, our equation now is 138.82 cosine B is equal to 160.86 minus 169. 160.86 is the sum of 39.86 and 121. Then, let us find the difference of the right side of the equation. It is now 138.82 cosine B is equal to negative 8.14. Dividing both sides of the equation by 138.82, we can cancel 138.82 on the left side. So our equation now is cosine B is equal to negative 8.14 over 138.82. To find the measure of the angle using our calculator, let us find the inverse cosine negative 8.14 over 138.82. And our answer is 93 degrees. Lastly, let us find the measure of angle C. But this time, since we have already the measure of the two angles, let us use the Angle Sum Theorem. That is angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Substitute the values. Angle A is 29 degrees, angle B is 93 degrees, plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Get the sum of angle A and angle B, that is equal to 122 degrees, plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. By addition property of equality, it will become angle C is equal to 180 degrees minus 122 degrees. Finally, our angle is 58 degrees. Angle C is 58 degrees. Now, let us use the concept in answering these real-life problems. A researcher wants to determine the width of a fan from west to east, which cannot be done by actual measurement. From a point C, he finds the distance to the easternmost point of the fan to be 8 kilometers, while the distance to the westernmost point from C to be 6 kilometers. If the angle between the two lines of sight is 60 degrees, find the width of the fan. Let us illustrate the situation, and here it is. The distance of the fan from west to east is represented by AB. And then, the easternmost point of the fan from C is 8 kilometers, that is BC. And then, the westernmost point of the fan from C is 6 kilometers, represented by AC. And we're looking for the side opposite angle C. Angle C is 60 degrees. So let us answer by using the formula C square is equal to A square plus B square minus 2AB times cosine C. Substitute the values. So we have C square is equal to 8 square plus 6 square minus 2 times 8 times 6 times cosine 60 degrees. 8 square is equal to 64. 6 square is equal to 36. The product of 2, 8 and 6 is 96 times cosine 60 degrees. Get the sum of 64 and 36. So we have C square is equal to 100 minus 96 cosine 60 degrees. Using our calculator, the value of the right side of the equation is equal to 52. Extracting both sides of the equation, we have the value of C is equal to 7.21 kilometers. Therefore, the width of the pond is equal to 7.21 kilometers.